Hello, dear students. Welcome to this video lecture series on behalf of Project Sathi. Today's topic is joint liability. I'm Dr. Animesh, and I hope you are enjoying and learning something from our criminal law discussions. In the scope of criminal law, we are going to discuss today the system of joint liability. Before we begin with the joint liability, there is a very basic distinction that I have to make you understand. That distinction is about types of offender. You can say that offender is offender. What are the types of offender? But what we call as there are degrees of offender. Degrees of offender meaning thereby that in a particular crime that has happened, different persons can play different role. अलग अलग लोग अलग अलग प्रकार के काम करते हैं और ये तब होता है जब मल्टीपल लोग क्राइम कर रहे हो. अब जब भी हम जॉइंट लाइबिलिटी की बात करते हैं तो लाइबिलिटी का मतलब ऑब्वियसली लाइबिलिटी फॉर द क्राइम एंड जॉइंट मींस ऑफ सेवरल पीपल, बहुत सारे लोग साथ में क्राइम करते हैं. हमको पता है बच्चों, बहुत सारे ऐसे इंस्टेंसेस होते हैं जब क्राइम is not committed by a person alone but he commits crime in consonance in connection with others. तो उस समय कैसे क्रिमिनल लाइबिलिटी डिसाइड होती है, उस समय हम कैसे लोगों को क्रिमिनल लाइबिलिटी से क्रिमिनल लाइबिलिटी कैसे उन पर इम्पोज करेंगे, दैट बिकम्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. So that is called types of offenders. अब टाइप्स ऑफ ऑफेंडर्स में देखिए, सबसे पहले होते हैं प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ द फर्स्ट डिग्री. प्रिंसिपल का मतलब है द पर्सन whose by whose hands the crime is being committed. Once the first and foremost, the person who commits the crime at the by the most direct criminal is called principal of the first degree. प्रिंसिपल मतलब वही व्यक्ति क्राइम कर रहा है एंड फर्स्ट डिग्री का मीन्स ही इज द पर्सन whose hands are actually involved in committing the crime. बिल्कुल फोर फ्रंट पे है. जैसे कि सपोज 5 लोगों ने मर्डर करने का प्लान बनाया और जिस व्यक्ति ने एक्चुअली गन चलाई, जिस व्यक्ति ने एक्चुअली विक्टिम को स्टैब किया, दे आर दैट पर्सन और पर्सन्स इज कॉल्ड प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द फर्स्ट डिग्री. जो क्राइम में बिल्कुल डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्व हैं, जिनकी लाइबिलिटी पर कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है कि भाई क्राइम तो इन्होंने ही किया है. बट देन देयर आर पीपल हु प्ले द रोल ऑफ हेल्पर्स. अब देखिए, असेसरी उसको कहते हैं, जो व्यक्ति किसी को हेल्प करता है उसको कहते हैं असेसरी. नाउ असेसरी से पहले, असेसरी का मतलब ऑब्वियसली वी नो इट इज समथिंग दैट कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स और सप्लीमेंट्स द एक्चुअल ड्रेस और एक्चुअल सेटअप. जैसे आप कपड़े पहनते हैं, शर्ट पहनी, पैंट पहनी, तो वो बिल्कुल उसको समझिए वो प्रिंसिपल है. और वॉच लगाई, ब्रेसलेट पहना, दैट इज कॉल्ड एसेसरी. So obviously they give you a complete look. Obviously it's a very absurd type of simile, but the point is कि प्रिंसिपल वो लोग हैं जो बिल्कुल क्राइम कर रहे हैं और एसेसरी वो है जो कि उनका साथ दे रहे हैं. अब प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द फर्स्ट डिग्री के बाद आता है प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द सेकेंड डिग्री. अब जो प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेकेंड डिग्री हैं, ये वो लोग हैं who are who are assisting the person who is committing the crime while being present there. मतलब अगर कोई स्टैब कर रहा है और किसी ने विक्टिम को पकड़ रखा है, द पर्सन हैज is simply has taken hold of the person and the one person is stabbing. Now the person who has pinned the down, जिसने विक्टिम के हाथ पकड़ रखे हैं और जिसने विक्टिम के स्टैब किया मल्टीपल टाइम्स, उसमें जिसने स्टैब किया उसके बारे में तो हम कह सकते हैं कि वो प्रिंसिपल ऑफ फर्स्ट डिग्री है. लेकिन जिसने विक्टिम को पकड़ के रखा, क्या आप कहेंगे कि उसकी लाइबिलिटी कुछ भी नहीं है? क्या उसने सिर्फ हाथ ही तो पकड़ा? नहीं, उसने हाथ मड़ा ताकि सामने, हाथ पकड़ा था ताकि सामने वाला चाकू मार सके. दिस इज बिकम्स अ ह्यूज इशू. दैट इज व्हाई प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेकेंड डिग्री, वो लोग जिनका एक्ट अपने आप में क्रिमिनल नहीं है बट वो हेल्प कर रहे हैं दूसरों को क्राइम करने में while being present the scene of the crime, are called प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेकेंड डिग्री. वो भी प्रिंसिपल है क्योंकि दे आर एक्टिवली हेल्पिंग. सो दे आर कॉल्ड प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेकेंड डिग्री. Then there comes accessory. Accessory means helper. Now accessory can be before the fact, any before the crime is committed, and secondly accessories can be after the fact. After the fact means once the crime has been committed, if the person assists or helps the people in एक्चुअली escaping justice, they are called accessory after the fact. हार्बरिंग कहते हैं उसको इंग्लिश में, कि अगर किसी सपोज somebody has committed a crime and I am helping that person escape the law, उसको छिपा लिया, उसको गाड़ी दे दी, उसको भगा दिया, उसको बचा लिया, all those incidences are called accessory after the fact. या उसने जो चोरी, सपोज कोई किसी ने चोरी की, डकैती की, मैंने उसकी स्टोलन प्रॉपर्टी ली और उसका फिर यूज किया, all that thing are called accessory after the fact. Those who help in the concealment of the crime, क्राइम को छुपाने वाले accessory after the fact, और क्राइम से पहले क्राइम की हेल्प करने वाले accessory before the fact. जैसे कि कोई हथियार सप्लाई कर रहा है. अब लास्ट क्लास में डिस्कसिंग अबाउट अफजल गुरु एक्चुअली Mente was a terrorist who helped in parliament attacks. He didn't actually went and attack the parliament. Rather, he helped in finding accommodation for the terrorists. टेररिस्ट के रहने का बंदोबस्त किया, उनके लॉजिस्टिक्स की चिंता की. तो obviously that person is called accessory before the fact. Now today our topic of discussion in this very joint liability concerned is principle of second degree. So the liability of principle of first degree is not in question. जिसने एक्चुअली क्राइम कमिट किया, जिसने गन एक्चुअली चलाई, जिसने एक्चुअली स्टैब किया, जिसने एक्चुअली किसी विमेन को रेप किया, या जिसने एक्चुअली पैसा लूटा, all those are liable. Obviously those are liable because they have directly committed the crime. But those who are actively helping somebody commit the crime while being there, they are participating in the crime, they will be considered principle of second degree, and they are, the general rule is they are held equally liable with the principle of first degree. और इसी को हम लोग कहते हैं जॉइंट लाइबिलिटी. व्हेनेवर वी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेकंड डिग्री की लाइबिलिटी, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट जॉइंट लाइबिलिटी. ये एसेसरीज की बात जब हम करते हैं, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अबेटमेंट, वो नेक्स्ट लेक्चर है. आज का हमारा इशू जो है, that is called joint liability. Joint liability means if several people have committed a crime, principle of joint liability under Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, if two or more people have participated in a criminal act, obviously when I say act, it obviously means a criminal act, participation in a criminal act, and that too in furtherance of common intention. Furtherance of common intention means that we will come to that, and then we'll discuss two very legendary kind of cases. That is an example type of thing, but it will make it things very clear. So the first principle, joint liability, मतलब अगर बहुत सारे लोगों ने क्राइम किया, तो उनमें से किसने क्या किया नहीं देखा जाएगा. हमने एग्जांपल लिया था सीरीज ऑफ एक्ट में. Multiple people, when they commit crime, they generally compartmentalize, they generally uh, ascertain their separate nature of work. Suppose एक बैंक लूटना है, तो बैंक लूटने में obviously the different people will do different kind of work. There is one person who will go and they say, oh, है ना, everybody on the floor, put your hands up. No, he's not a DJ, he's a bank robber, but these things he will say. Everybody on the floor, and they'll get, and everybody hands up and all. He'll may do the crime control. Then there is one person who will threaten, intimidate the persons who are cashiers and manager and clerks and all. One person will take care of the guard. Then one person will go to the vault of the bank and will get the money. They'll do different kinds of work. That is the planning how it goes. So obviously we will not say that one person has only took care of the crowd, or one person was there with the vehicle. Suppose there is a person who is sitting in the vehicle outside ready for everybody to come with money, and they will run off. Now the person who is outside the bank, whether he has participated in the act of robbery or not, answer is yes. Obviously everybody is held liable. There is no differentiation that okay, I only did this act. No, you all were doing that act of robbery. Your individual act will not be held liable because you did an act in furtherance of what we call common intention. Now, the joint liability is also known as common intention. कॉमन इंटेंशन विल डिस्कस इन डिटेल, बट अभी के लिए इतना समझिए बच्चों कि 5 लोगों ने मिलकर क्राइम किया है. अब वो पांचों लोग रॉबरी करने आए थे, डकैती करने आए थे. 4 लोग रॉबरी करने, 5 लोग डकैती करने आए. तो उसमें से किसी ने भी कोई भी काम किया हो, everybody will be held liable. I'll give you a very silly kind of example. Suppose आप और आपके 4-5 फ्रेंड्स दे आप सब लोग एक रेस्टोरेंट में गए खाना खाने के लिए, और आप लोगों ने बहुत सारी चीजें ऑर्डर की, बिल्कुल चिली पनीर ऑर्डर कर लिया, डोसा ऑर्डर कर लिया, वड़ा, आलू पराठा ऑर्डर, मतलब everything you ordered, okay, and you ate everything together, okay, and now what happens? All of your friends, they suppose you are sitting and four of your other friends are there, and they simply eat and they जरा कि हम लोग हाथ धोकर आते हैं, बहाना बना के they all ran away, let's say. Now you are sitting there alone and you have the owner of that restaurant sitting, waiter and manager sitting right there. Now whether if you all ate together, whether the manager is well within his rights to make you force you to pay the entire bill or not? The answer is yes. You will have to pay the entire bill if you are stuck there. You cannot say कि सर मैंने तो 2 चम्मच दाल ली थी और 2 पराठे खाए थे and all. No, no, you can't do that. Everybody is liable for the whole act. Entire amount you will have to pay only. है ना? So that is why everyone is liable to the full extent. That is the core of joint liability because you did that act together. जो काम आप लोग मिलकर करते हैं उसके लिए सारे लोग ही जिम्मेदार होते हैं. इट इज लाइक if in your schools you must have done group projects sometimes. So group projects, it irrespective of how much effort an individual puts in it, everybody will get praise or will get reprimanded because of that group project. सबकी गलती है या किसी की गलती नहीं है ना, that is how it works है ना. In the government, the cabinet, the ministry, the council of ministers, they have what we call collective responsibility. Collective responsibility means if one is has said some, if one of the ministers have said something, it is considered to be opinion of everyone. That is how it works. That is, it means by a joint liability. सभी लोग एक काम अगर आपने किया है, मिलकर किया है. अब इसमें ये देखिए बच्चों, इसमें क्या 3 चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. नंबर 1, 2 or more persons. Obviously, one person alone cannot be held jointly liable. You cannot jointly commit a crime with a non-human entity. Suppose मैं और मेरा लैपटॉप मिलकर कोई क्राइम कर रहे हैं, कुछ हैक कर लिया हमने. Obviously, you will not hold me liable with my laptop or with my dog or cat or cow or so. मैंने किसी पर बैल छोड़ दिया तो obviously I'm not, my me and my बैल are not jointly liable for that crime. I am alone is liable. Obviously, 2 or more persons are required. Now they have participated in the criminal act. Participation means something must be done by that person. All of the persons, in order to be held jointly liable, must have participated in the criminal act, irrespective of how much work they have done. They must have done some work. अब बच्चों इसी पार्टिसिपेशन वाले पॉइंट पे आई अलाउ यू टू टेक मी टू I'll ask you to allow me to explain Barindra Kumar Ghosh case, the fourth point. Now, Barindra Kumar Ghosh case is a very, very famous case that is called postmaster murder case and all. It's 1945, no, 1920s. May this judgment was come, that have come. Now, this judgment is a very, very interesting judgment. This what happens. There are 4 or 5 people who obviously had an intent to kill a person. They wanted to rob and kill a postmaster. Okay. तो वो पोस्ट ऑफिस में काम कर रहा था, तो 4-5 लोग दे ऑल वेंट देयर एंड दे आस्क्ड दिस श्री बारेंद्र कुमार घोष टू स्टैंड आउटसाइड एंड वॉच. और अगर आप देखोगे कोई बाहर से आ रहा हो तो यू जस्ट यू मेक अ विसल और मेक अ साउंड सो दैट ऑल ऑफ अस विल बी अलर्टेड. ओके. So 2-3 friends, whatever the other people, they went inside that office and he was standing outside. He was keeping vigil. Keeping vigil means they were matlab, they were looking that what is happening. If somebody is, if he was there just to see if anybody comes, I will alert the persons who are inside. Now there are those people, they went inside, they killed the postmaster and ran away from the back door. This person was still standing in the front. He was caught by the police. When the trial started against him, he stated, sir, I didn't kill anyone. I was standing outside. My job was only to alert those who are inside by making a sound. So my liability should not be there for murder. Now the court said कि see, not only you went with them to murder a person, but rather you participated by agreeing to keep watch, keep vigil. आप बाहर खड़े होकर के देख रहे थे, आपने क्राइम करने में उनकी हेल्प की while being there. So obviously you will be held liable for murder. कोर्ट ने कहा कि आपका पार्टिसिपेशन चाहे कितना भी छोटा क्यों ना हो, अगर आपने पार्टिसिपेट किया है क्रिमिनल एक्ट में विथ इन फर्दरेंस ऑफ अ कॉमन इंटेंशन, obviously this Mr. Ghosh knew that what is going to happen. He was not some innocent person who was not aware about the existence of the criminal act. If you were, yeah, if you're completely unaware about the criminal act, that is fine. Suppose you go to with your friends and they say कि हम लोग आते हैं अंदर से कोई सामान लेकर के और वो जाते हैं वो दुकान लूट कर चले आते हैं, आप वहां पे बाहर खड़े हो, आपको पता ही नहीं कि क्या हुआ ना अंदर, तो ऑब्वियसली आपका इंटेंट था नहीं, तो ऑब्वियसली यू विल नॉट बी हेल्ड लाइबल. But if you knew what is going to happen and you helped them in any way while being present, while participating in that particular act, then you will also be held liable. Court ने कहा those who also serve, who stand and wait, जो लोग बाहर खड़े रह के दूसरों का इंतजार करते हैं, दूसरों को हेल्प करते हैं मर्डर करने में या क्राइम करने में, उनकी भी लाइबिलिटी बराबर होती. Joint liabilities obviously says if multiple people have committed the crime, then all of them will be held jointly liable irrespective of how much of the crime they and others did. मैंने क्या किया, मैंने सपोज 5 लोगों ने मिलकर एक किसी को किडनैप किया, you simply see, I'll give you an example of most heinous crime of this decade or um, of the last decade, Nirbhaya incident. Now, in Nirbhaya incident, we know you must have seen or read about that case that the other accused and the prime accused, that Ram Singh and that Afroz, they were the most brutal. Other the accused person say कि sir we didn't kill that girl, we just had sexual relationship with her, we just raped her, we didn't want to kill her, it was the driver, it was the main person who killed her. The court will say no, 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 we are not listening anything. The court will not listen to their arguments and court gave them death penalty for that. Court gave them death penalty simply for the fact that they participated in that criminal act. If they participated to that criminal act voluntarily, in that case they will be held liable, irrespective of the fact that whether they did the whole act or they did some of the actions. It's not material. आपने क्राइम में क्या पार्ट लिया वो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, अगर आप उस क्राइम में पार्ट ले रहे थे तो आप लाइबल हैं. एंड देन वी हैव इन फर्दरेंस ऑफ कॉमन इंटेंशन. कॉमन इंटेंशन का बहुत ही सिंपल मतलब है बच्चों, इट रिलेट्स टू मीटिंग ऑफ द माइंड. इफ देयर वाज अ मीटिंग ऑफ द माइंड, इन दैट केस we will say that it is called common intention. Meeting of minds means we agree to commit a crime. I agree and you agree. If we together we have a meeting of mind, if we have an understanding, if we have a pre-arrangement of thoughts, if we have agreed to commit a crime together, it is considered as meeting of minds and common intention. अब कॉमन इंटेंशन बहुत जरूरी चीज है. कॉमन इंटेंशन होने के लिए देयर शुड बी ऑफ मीटिंग ऑफ माइंड. अब इसमें महबूब शाह केस पढ़ लीजिए, इसको कहते हैं इंडस रिवर केस. नाउ महबूब शाह केस, व्हाट हैपेंड, दिस इज वेरी फेमस एंड वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग केस. लेट्स से 1 2 3, देयर आर 3 पीपल, they went to one particular person. There was a property dispute, एक समझिए प्रॉपर्टी डिस्प्यूट था, and they went to one person and they collected some reeds and all, मतलब कुछ खेती, कुछ एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट था, वो उससे उन्होंने ले लिया. ठीक है, अब जिस व्यक्ति से एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट ले लिए गए, उससे लेकर के वो जा रहे थे वापस नदी की तरफ. देयर वाज अ रिवर, ये ऑल वाज हैपनिंग नियर इंडस रिवर. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस कि देयर आर 3 पीपल, ए बी सी, और उन्होंने जाकर के डी से कुछ एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट ले लिए, दे टुक सम एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम डी and now they came again to the banks of that river. Now what happened, D came there, है ना, D came there and resisted them. He tried to stop them, that you are taking this agricultural product, this is illegal, this is improper, and he resisted. Now when he was resisted, these three people, they attacked D. These A, B, C, they attacked D, and D shouted, "Yare bachao, bachao." Obviously, he'll shout. Now, when he was attacked and they have shouted, two of the relatives of D, X and Y, they came running and they were armed with a gun. They came running at that particular place, and one of those people who have came to rescue D, shot one of those three people. वो जो ए बी सी थे उनमें से एक को गोली मार दी. He was dead. ठीक है. Now here the question was कि the other person X और Y में से suppose X ने गोली चलाई, तो Y की liability है क्या मर्डर के लिए? Because X obviously killed one of the ABC में से suppose A को मार दिया, तो obviously A was killed by X. Whether Y is liable or not was the question. Now the court analyzed in this case कि here in this case when D shouted, X and Y came. Now, obviously, at that time, there was no pre-arrangement. There was no meeting of mind between X and Y that what they will do when they will reach. At that time, they had only one idea that D is being attacked and he is shouting बचाओ बचाओ. वो वहां पर पहुंचे और पहुंचने के साथ फिर X ने गोली चला दी, Y ने गोली नहीं चलाई. Now the question is whether Y is liable for the murder. Court said no, because there was no common intention. There is nothing to indicate that X and Y even had time, or even there was something to indicate that they agreed that we will kill those who have come there. बिल्कुल वो उसने वाई ने कहा कि सर मैं तो बस बचाने गया था, मेरा इंटेंट मारने का था ही नहीं. वो तो एक्स ने गोली चलाई, आप उससे पूछे क्यों चलाई, हमारा कोई प्री प्लानिंग तो थी नहीं. कोर्ट एक्सेप्टेड दिस आर्गुमेंट एंड सेड यस, meeting of mind is mandatory, it's compulsory. If two people are to be held liable jointly, उनको अगर आप liable करोगे BNS में साथ में, तो obviously both of them must have common intention. There must be meeting of mind. There is no meeting of mind, they are not liable. इसी में बच्चों अगली बात आती है बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग. सेम और सिमिलर इंटेंशन अलग है और कॉमन इंटेंशन अलग है. Now let's take two cases. First case is very simple. Suppose there is Mr. A. एक व्यक्ति है जिसका नाम है A. Now two people, X and Y, they both want to kill X. They both want to kill X. And coincidentally, what happened? There is a coincident. One day, Mr. A was just roaming outside his house, and X and Y, both separately, they thought, let's kill X today. Let's kill A today. Or X or Y both were armed. They had a gun, and Mr. X came from east, Mr. Y came from the west. They both saw A, and simultaneously, within the fraction of second, they both shot their guns toward A. X की गोली लग गई, Y की गोली नहीं लगी. Now the question is whether X की गोली लग गई and Y की गोली नहीं लगी. The question is whether X and Y are jointly liable, whether they had common intention. Think, pause and think. And if you have thought, the answer is no. They had same or similar intention, but not the common intention. Why so? Because they were not acting together. Why they were not acting together? It means if they are not acting together, it means that there was no pre-planning, there was no meeting of minds between them. Meeting of mind is something very important. अगर मीटिंग ऑफ माइंड नहीं हुआ, दोनों के बीच में आपस में कोई प्री प्लानिंग अरेंजमेंट नहीं थी, दोनों शायद अवेयर भी नहीं एक दूसरे के इंटेंट से, ऑब्वियसली इट इज नॉट कॉमन इंटेंशन. हियर एक्स विल बी लाइबल फॉर मर्डर, वाई विल बी लाइबल फॉर ओनली अटेम्प्ट टू कमिट मर्डर. बट अगर उनकी कॉमन इंटेंट होता, अगर उन दोनों ने साथ में एग्री कर लिया होता कि हमको इसका मर्डर करना है ना, there is again a very heroic assassination. We'll not call it murder. It will call it a heroic assassination of a British officer who was responsible for death of Shilala Lajpat Rai ji. Shilala Lajpat Rai ji was killed by a British officer, Scott. है ना? And Saunders and Scotts, there were two people who were responsible for actually killing Shilala Lajpat Rai ji. And Bhagat Singh at that time, along with some of the greatest revolutionary, Chandrasekhar Azad and Rajguru, they all agreed that let's kill this uh, police captain Scott, and they went and they killed another officer who was equally responsible for the death of Lal Lajpat Rai, that is called Saunders. तो वो वहां पे गए, they went there to kill that particular police officer, rightfully so. So obviously Bhagat Singh fired a gun, bullet, didn't hit. Rajguru fired, it hit, and right on the near the ear, kanpate par goli lagi, and one shot, and he was killed. Other person, Chandrasekhar Azad came, fired few more bullets to make sure, and they all went away. Now in the trial, Bhagat Singh's actually his aim missed. He was a very good shooter, by the way, but unfortunately he missed. And Rajguru was not so good, but he got successful in his attempt. Now the question is whether Bhagat Singh ji was held liable with along with Rajguru. Answer is yes. Obviously, it was obviously a heroic act, but nonetheless, the British courts convicted Bhagat Singh ji for the murder of Saunders as well, because obviously they had the common intention. And if few people are working together, it does not matter who did what. If all of them participated in the same act, they will all be held liable together. Okay, and that is different with same or similar intention when then there is no meeting of mind. There is no meeting of mind, there is no common intention. But if there is a meeting of mind, irrespective of what role one person played in that particular crime, everyone will be held liable. Now, this joint liability is obviously a rule of evidence. Rule of evidence, it means that one for all and all for one. It is called, if you, if any one of you must have seen the Lord of the Rings, it is like a Fellowship of the Ring. Everybody will be held liable for the criminal acts of everyone. Everyone will be held liable together. It is a rule of evidence. Rule of evidence means unless and until a crime has been committed, simply because people agreed to commit a crime, they will not be held jointly liable. Presence of the person is must in order to convict a person for joint liability. Meaning, thereby, I'll give you clarity on this. Clarity on this, that even if I agreed to commit a crime, but I did not participate, I was either merely standing there or I simply wasn't involved in committing that act, I will not be held liable. The prosecution, in order to convict me along with the other criminals whose guilt is clearly proven, what they will have to establish is obviously that I was involved in committing that act, and I had the common intentions with others, meaning thereby I was aware of their criminal design. I was aware. If I was aware, it means all of us are jointly liable. And that is something that is very clear. Then we have to differentiate this idea of common intention with something with what we call common object. Common intention and common object is different because common object is again a very different kind of liability. It has the same result. जैसे common intention में क्या हुआ, सबने मिलकर क्राइम किया, सबकी लाइबिलिटी बराबर बन गई, एवरीबडी इज हेल्ड लाइबली, इक्वली लाइबल, सबको बराबर पनिश करो। कहा सर मैंने तो बस विक्टिम की लोकेशन बताई थी या बस मैंने तो ताला तोड़ा था। सपोज देर आर फ्यू क्रिमिनल्स, उसमें से देर वांटेड टू किल अ पर्सन एंड देयर इज अ डोर, देयर इज वन पर्सन हु नॉक द डोर, वो दया बना उसने दरवाजा तोड़ा, बाकी सब लोग अंदर घुसे, उन्होंने गोली चलाई। जिसने दरवाजा तोड़ा उसकी क्या लाइबिलिटी है? वही लाइबिलिटी जिसने गोली चलाई उसकी लाइबिलिटी है। द लाइबिलिटी इज वन एंड द सेम because everybody did that act together. They did different acts, but they did with a common intention. कॉमन ऑब्जेक्ट बच्चों एक बड़ा ही वियर्ड सा रूल है। वियर्ड इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि यू माइट फील कि सर ऐसा क्यों है, इट्स वेरी अनकैनी। इट सेज कॉमन ऑब्जेक्ट से, the next is about common object says that if there is a unlawful assembly, अनलॉफुल असेंबली का मतलब बच्चों होता है 5 लोग अगर इकट्ठा हो गए किसी क्राइम करने की नियत से। अच्छा, the definition is very long, but I'll give you a very brief or shortcut understanding. If there is an assembly, if there is a there are 5 people means an assembly. If 5 people are there and their intent is to, their object is to commit a crime. That crime can be anything. इट कैन बी राइटिंग, इट कैन बी आर्सन, आग लगाना चाह रहे हैं, राइट करना चाह रहे हैं, गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ इलीगली प्रोटेस्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, एनीथिंग, एंड यू बिकम पार्ट ऑफ दैट असेंबली, ना, यू बिकम पार्ट ऑफ दैट असेंबली knowing that they have a criminal objective, that the objective of this assembly is something not proper. Suppose the people are, if suppose people are sitting near a street and say कि सरकार जो है हमारी मांगे पूरी करो, it's absolutely fine. That is the constitutional right of every citizen, that they have a right of peaceful protest. Several people coming together, peaceful protest, absolutely fine. But suppose 100 people have assembled, like recently what happened in Uttar Pradesh. The government agencies, they came for doing a survey in a particular place of worship in Sambhal district of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, if you have any objection with that, I can protest. I can protest in the sense that I can raise slogans. I can peaceful protest and unlawful assembly. Lawful assembly and unlawful assembly has basic difference in their modalities. How you want to protest, how what you do a thing. There is always a way of doing a thing correctly, and there is a incorrect or improper way of doing things. Obviously, now, when we say it is an unlawful assembly, what illegality they have committed? What illegality means in this particular case? It simply means that an assembly is unlawful if they have employed some violent means to attain their objective. अगर हमारा objective है कि सरकार ना इंटरफेयर करे रिलीजियस पोजीशंस प्लेसेस से, तो हम प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे, कोई परेशानी नहीं. But the moment you become violent, it becomes unlawful assembly. And like there was a stoning and there was threatening and there was bullets fired, that becomes unlawful assembly. And the moment it becomes unlawful assembly, every person who was part of that assembly हो सकता है शुरू से ही unlawful हो, बुलाई ही इसलिए जाए कि हमको पुलिस पार्टी पर हमला करना है, या मुझे तोड़फोड़ करनी है, या दंगा करना है, या किसी का घर जलाना है. All those objectives are itself illegal. So an assembly who have come together for that is an unlawful assembly. बट समटाइम इट मे हैपन दैट असेंबली अच्छे पर्पस के लिए थी पर फिर वायलेंट हो गई, तो फिर वो अनलॉफुल असेंबली हो जाती है. इन बोथ ऑफ दीज केसेस, एनी पर्सन हु इज पार्ट ऑफ दैट असेंबली, इफ इट इज एन अनलॉफुल असेंबली, you are not supposed to be a part of that assembly. आप उस assembly से you become disassociated with it. You keep an arm's length from that assembly. You stay away from that. Similarly, if a peaceful assembly turns violent, it is your responsibility to go away from that. You do not become a part of that assembly, you simply go away. But if you choose to remain a part of an unlawful assembly, अगर उस असेंबली का मैं पार्ट रह गया जानते हुए कि ये असेंबली इलीगल है, अनलॉफुल है, the object of this assembly is unlawful, then what happens? Then the principle is that in order to fulfill the common object, that is an illegal object of that assembly, if any member commits any crime, then every member of that assembly is held equally liable. सपोज 50 लोग दंगा करने के लिए इकट्ठा हो गए, अब उसमें क्या हुआ, उस 50 में से किसी एक ने किसी का घर जला दिया, किसी का मर्डर कर दिया, किसी का कोई सामान लूट लिया, everything that is done in furtherance of that common object, for all those crimes committed by all those members in the assemblies, everybody will be held equally liable. If suppose you are part of that assembly, which object of that assembly is to commit riot, and you were simply present there, खड़े हैं आप, आपने कुछ नहीं किया, आपने बस असेंबली के पार्ट हैं आप, and other members of that assembly, they started killing people, they started burning houses, they started destroying public property, they started allowing attacking security forces. Even if you were doing nothing and you were only a part of that unlawful assembly, you will be held liable for every crime committed by that unlawful assembly. One might ask कि सर इसका क्या लॉजिक? इसका लॉजिक ये है बच्चों की भीड़ जो है ना, ये बड़ी खतरनाक चीज है ना। भीड़, दिस द क्राउड है ना, भीड़ का दिमाग नहीं होता, एंड द क्राउड is a very dangerous thing. We all have animalistic instincts, and those animalistic instincts intensifies when we are with the people who have similar animalistic instinct. है ना, हम लोग, one person, one criminal is less problem. 50 criminals are a huge problem. That is why, if you choose to become part of an unlawful assembly, law threatens you. You see, this assembly is unlawful. You should boycott this. You should not be a part of this assembly. If you are part of this assembly, you will be held liable for every criminal act done by every member of this assembly, provided that act is related with the object of that particular assembly. अगर हमारा काम, सपोज पुलिस कुछ काम कर रही है, पुलिस सपोज एक इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन को डिमोलिश कर रही है म्यूनिसिपैलिटी आकर के, 10 people assembled in order to stop that from happening. Obviously, you are committing a crime. You cannot stop police or government from doing their job. If you have any questions about this illegality, you go to the court. That is why we have courts. You file a case, you ask the court to interfere. Even if the courts are not interfering on time, you have patience. You ask compensation from the government for whatever loss you have incurred. That happens. But you cannot stop them by force. तो अगर सब सरकार कुछ कर रही है, if they are demolishing illegal constructions, and 10-15 people they came there in order to stop them from doing that by force, and then one of the persons, one of the member of the assembly, they simply reached towards that driver of the JCB, and he stabbed the JCB driver. Murder हो गया. Now who is liable for that murder? Every member of that assembly is liable for that murder. Whosoever was there in order to stop that demolition from happening, everyone will be held liable. Everyone will be held liable for the murder. So that is something that is meant by common object. If you are there to, if that you are there in an assembly which is there to commit a crime, that if the any member of that assembly has committed a crime, you might not have done anything. You are simply the part of that assembly. You will be held liable. भीड़ को रोकने के लिए जो लॉ बनाया है हमने, कि कोई गलत काम करने के लिए भीड़ इकट्ठी ना हो जाए, और if भीड़ has turned violent, people will fear the consequences and simply withdraw. आप हट जाइए वहां से. भीड़ अगर अनरूली हो गई, individual, if he becomes unruly, it is very easy to stop. But the moment you become unruly, a mob becomes unruly, very difficult to stop. That is why this provision is there. That is what something what we call common object. That is what the difference between common intention and common object. I hope you got this distinction. In common intent, two or more people, they participate in a criminal act with a meeting of mind. But in common object, you simply are part of a mob which the object of that mob is to commit a crime. Then if any act is committed in furtherance of that particular object, you are will be held liable irrespective of that you participated in that crime or not. That is called common object. So that was all for our discussion today. I hope you got some idea. Keep learning. Next we'll learn a bit of a crime. If you want to reach me at animesh@mpdno.co.in. If you have any doubts, any questions, any explanations, if you have, please reach out to me, and I'll be very, very happy to answer. So thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next video.